yesterday the president was now trying to intervene and saying, by intervening here, I want to hear some good prices of tea for those farmers. So likewise here, we need to come in. Where do we come in so that the farmer gets the price? Because the previous complaints Madam had, the Aruhanga is around, and the other farmers, they have been complaining about the prices which are offered. I don't know whether that complaint will still be there. You find the farmer down is offered a very, very low price. But also, why the off-taker has the reasons in between here is undergoing so many things. So maybe that's why the prices end up being low, because this off-taker is trying to meet a number of other costs in between the supply chain. So those are areas which we need to discuss. Now, between now and Friday, as we end up that discussion, Kayom, I want to make sure you are there. Colleague from Bulisa, I saw the Gary
is going to host, to create employment for almost as many jobs as we have in the upstream and midstream at the moment. So we envision that there will be jobs for about 20,000 people from the refinery. So there's going to be a very big number of people who are going to come to ensure that they implement the setting up of the refinery and bringing it to life. But along with the refinery, in the Kabalega Industrial Park, we are going to have what we call the industries, petrochemical industries, that will be off-taking some of the byproducts of the refinery. So we hope to have a number of industries that are setting up. So currently, as a company, we are doing stakeholder engagements to interest different partners who will come and build their different factories, manufacturing hubs, hotels, schools in the industrial park. So that is going to also have a multiplier effect. The number of people who are going to come to develop these different industries alongside the refinery is going to be very big. So as you look at scaling your production, there's going to be a lot of market. Then there's been an update on opportunities to externalize, to export your products to other markets. So all these opportunities are available to you to be able to tap into. So you're not going to just be looking at oil and gas, but there are so many opportunities. And that's
this program is a 6-month program. So we started with classroom program today, in that we wanted an off-taker like KK to take the farmer through what does it mean to take their produce to the market. What does it mean what does it mean to take a crop from the farm to the market? But first and foremost, there is the aspect of quality. We want farmers to produce quality crops, but we also want farmers to know the price of crops. How do you price your crops? But we also want the farmers to be exposed also to the industry. An industry, I mean, how do you trade your crops? We are going to have extension workers who are going to follow these farmers. We are actually going to have a practical demonstration at a farm from tomorrow onwards, whereby farmers are going to see climate smart ways of farming. Many times farmers have been limited to rain-fed farming. What does climate smart mean? It also means that there's irrigation, but there are other methods of farming that we want to introduce farmers to. The role that we play, not just as the Stanbic Business Incubator, but Stanbic generally, because we engage a lot with farmers, but anybody who is producing, we are also at the table to have conversations with government. So it's not URA, so URA is an implementing agent, but with government, who are the policymakers, about what we hear about our farmers, but also what we hear about what's happening in the market. We do sit at the table and we have these conversations. And we've had that feedback from farmers to say that what can government do to improve not only the quality of the products that we have, but also what are those subsidies that government can provide. I might not speak about it this time, but maybe the next time after we've had that full briefing, it would be good for us to come back here and have that conversation. But on this occasion, we are going to provide farmers with seeds. We are going to provide farmers with tools, irrigation kits. The 30 farmers who are going to be participating, we're going to provide them with irrigation kits. And also what we also will provide with them. You know, many times people underestimate capacity building. Today was about linking also farmers to markets, because many times farmers produce but they don't have a market. So that is one of our pillars that we want to ensure that when a farmer lives here, they are connected to a market. When a farmer lives here, they know also what financing need that is required. And that's why the bank is also here to speak to the farmers about the rightful products that they need for farmers, not just any loan, because the farmer is a seasonal person. So what is that product they need for their seasonalities?
Maybe my last question.
So what we have done today, we have brought an aggregator. And the aggregator is the one doing the capacity building. We've talked about KK, so they will be doing the capacity building, but also to facilitate with the aggregation for what the farmers are going to be producing. But we also have other partners that we are bringing on board. You heard about Thomas and Company. There are also other partners that we are going to be working with in this
As a
aspect.
business expert, briefly you would explain the benefits of an aggregation.
Economics teaches us that the bigger the better, and also the ability to negotiate. When farmers come together, it is important for them to negotiate better. So when you have somebody who is going to support farmers aggregate their crop, it means that the farmer will get a better price, but it also means that the farmer is assured of the price that is good for their crop. But today we also wanted to we wanted the aggregator to talk about the quality that the farmer is expected to produce. So for that reason, aggregation is also better to that extent. Yes. How do we impact them to improve their financial inclusion, but to improve their sustainability, but also to improve the farmer? Stanbic, we are big about the women, we are big about the youth, we are also big about the farmers. And this year we have launched the Women, Youth and Farmer Agenda. In that as Stanbic, we are launching the 1 trillion agenda, wherein we would like to see women, youth and farmers facilitated through our various programs. In particular about this program, many times it has been talked about how agriculture links into the oil and gas sector. Today we want to continue the work that we have been doing, to continue facilitating, to continue capacity building farmers and how they can supply into the oil and gas sector. Hoima and the Bunyoro region actually is privileged in that this is where the oil is, but we also have Kabalega Airport coming up, but we also have, I've seen the national, there's a football, stadium coming up. So all these are opportunities in Hoima, and it's not just about Hoima, but the wider Uganda, opportunities for us to export what it is that we are producing. And the farmer is going to be a critical part of the growth, of the economic growth of Uganda, especially if you think about government. It has launched the 10-fold growth agenda. So for every farmer here that we start with, they are going to be major contributors to that agenda. So agriculture is one of those pillars that government has identified that will contribute to the growth of Uganda. So for us to support this farmer, it's important that we give them the skills, but also we link them to markets. We have actually one of our partners here, Thomas, Access Markets. But also Stanbic Bank is also here with us, who will be speaking to the farmer about the opportunities of accessing finance. So we would like to thank the participants who are here, especially the farmers. We would like to thank UNOC that has been part of this journey with us at Stanbic Business Incubator, but also we'd like to thank Petroleum Authority, because Petroleum Authority has been encouraging us. How do you support the entrepreneurs? How do you support the farmers to create that linkage between oil and gas and the farmers. So for those who are out there, especially the smallholder farmers, we are rooting for you, because for every commercial farmer who is here, we have asked them to link up to the smallholder farmers, to raise up other farmers, to be connected to the sector, to the industry.
Everything will have to end up with food. Even when we were growing up, the basic necessities would be taught. Food was number one. You can sleep under a tree, you can be anywhere, but food comes first. However, to fully take advantage of these opportunities, players in the agricultural sector must prepare. This requires upgrading production capacity. We are here to build capacity, of course. Ensuring consistent quality standards and building partnerships for technology transfer and skills development. Unlocking agriculture's potential will also depend on investments in feeder roads, which have been done partly in the region, storage facilities, cooling equipment, and processing plants to ease access to markets and enhance the value addition. Reliable market information systems are needed to provide accurate data on prices, demand and supply chains, while targeting skills development for youth, women, and farmers will broaden participation in higher value activities. Strengthening cooperatives and farmer groups will improve supply consistency and bringing bargaining power, supported by better financial access through affordable credit and mechanisms to ease liquidity constraints caused by late payments for those who supply government and other big corporations. Which was conducted by EPRC, and it is where I'm getting this information I'm reading. And they have also expressed interest in actually updating the same study this year. Their approvals are ongoing as we speak to update that study with the current information, which we shall again share when it is out. So the Petroleum Authority of Uganda remains committed to supporting agricultural linkages, promoting local participation, and ensuring that oil and gas sector plans address the real needs of the Albertine agriculture market. I commend Stanbic Bank Uganda Limited for convening agricultural stakeholders to strengthen these connections. Together, let us ensure that the Albertine region becomes a lasting engine for sustainable and inclusive growth. By aligning the oil and gas sector with agriculture, we will create jobs, expand business opportunities, improve our trade balance, and unlock our new export markets for Uganda. This is starting like a game in the Albertine region, but as time goes on, having the largest cargo airport here, and with low volumes, it could end up becoming an export hub for us in the long term. We have the refinery also coming up. The EACOP is being built. Everything is happening here. So we need to take advantage of these opportunities as intimated by the Chief Executive, Stanbic Business Incubator. And we are ready to support the industry through the mandate we have as an authority and you as the major players. So you are the people who are starting the ball. When you're playing the game, the people who start. So you are the people who are starting up. So we are really looking up to you and taking advantage of this opportunity which has come. Harvest as much as you can, but please remember the figures we started with. Know how small we are. We need to. You can't fight alone with such a kind of position we are in. Okay, we need to be together, and we need to take advantage of these capacity building opportunities.
Aspect that I am going to talk about. But as you participate in this particular program, you've been selected, but you've also been given a responsibility that after you've acquired this knowledge, you should handhold others so they can also benefit from this knowledge that you have acquired. Now, one of the best benefits of sharing knowledge is as you share knowledge and handhold, you're able to improve your knowledge as well. Because the people who you're training will ask you questions, so it will make you to go and research, and you continuously improve. Are we together? So in a few years, probably the like next year we should be seeing one of you being able to come and facilitate the training that you have attended. Are we together? Because we want to create experts, but having all this knowledge, if you do not execute, is useless. So I'd encourage you, a person who from this training picks maybe 2 things and goes and does those things is better than someone who has got all this knowledge and then goes home and doesn't do anything. So the lessons that you have learned, how you are supposed to document your agricultural journey, please implement these lessons and pass on this knowledge and skills to the other people around you. Now, one of the best elements when you're implementing these lessons and you're sharing the knowledge, you can be able to get those 10 farmers who you have passed on your knowledge to, and you create an association. Now 10, you're saying we have output from 10 acres. So any person who is buying will take you a lot more serious. Are we together? So you'll have much better bargaining power, you'll get better value, and you'll have the quality to be able to sell to the oil and gas sector and beyond. Then this program is putting together a lot of different people to come and support you. There's going to be URSB to help you to formalize. The bank is here to help you get access to money. If you need advisory from URA, it's also going to be available. Take advantage of these opportunities. Because accessing this information on your own would have been very expensive. You have to travel far and wide. But now that you have access through this program, use that opportunity. If you need information from URSB,